In doing the fingerless glove, the next step that we have to do in row 6 or round 6, because we're working in rounds, is to do an increase. And the reason why we want the increase is because our hands at our wrist are smaller and then they increase in size. And so we're going to do some increases, then we're going to leave an opening for the thumb. So when you wear the glove, it'll slip right on just like this. And so on the increase stitch, I'm actually looking at my instructions so that I provide you with the best information that you need, but you should have your instruction sheet from me for this particular glove. So we chain 3, and again, this is the 6th round, so I have already done half double crochets for 6 rounds. And now we're going to do, row 3 was a double crochet also, and row 6 is a double crochet. So we have to chain 3. So there's our chain 3. And to do an increase, we are going to do a double crochet in that very same stitch. And you remember how to do that. When we made the beanie hats, we did increases also every so many stitches. So you'll remember how to do that. And that's it for an increase. We have just accomplished that. And now we're just going to double crochet through the rest of the round until we get to the last stitch. And so let's just quickly get through to our last stitch. And this is a very gentle way to do an increase. And when the fingerless glove is done, you won't even notice that you have double crochets and half double crochets. Because the half double crochet is just a smidgen smaller than the double crochet. And of course, the double crochet is used to add a little more height to the fingerless glove. So we're just about done with our increase row. And then we will resume with 2 rows of half double crochets. And then we will do a thumb opening. So let's just finish our row of double crochets. And when we finish, we are going to join in the third, before we join, we're going to do one more increase. So our first and our last stitch, these 2 stitches were our first, and these 2 are our last. And those are the only 2 places where the increase takes place. So it's just a little bit of an increase, and it's increasing right here in this thumb piece. So now that we've done our final stitch, the increase, we are going to join with a slip stitch in the 3rd chain at our first stitch. And we're going to turn that around. And now what we're going to do is chain 2, because a chain 2 equals a half double crochet. And now that we've done that, we are going to half double crochet in each stitch all the way around. Okay, so we have just finished, and again, we are going to join with a slip stitch in the top chain, the second chain on the first stitch. And we're going to turn this around again, and we are going to go ahead and chain 2. And this is going to be our last round before we put in the thumb. And the thumb is a very easy stitch in crochet, and so I will show you that as soon as I finish this round. I like this pattern. This pattern came from Crochet Magazine. I'm a member of the Crochet Guild of America, and this magazine is free to all Crochet Guild members, so I encourage you to join the Guild. They have wonderful conferences twice a year. This year it's in Manchester, New Hampshire, and it's a great way to connect with other crocheters and knitters. Knitters show up for the knitting part of this conference as well. But what I found is the Crochet Magazine is, I think, one of the better magazines that is out there for crocheters. And they have patterns for all different types of crocheters. So, you know, if you're new to crocheting, as most of you are that are in my group, you'll find that there are easy patterns that help you to accomplish something quickly and effortlessly. It's also, some of these patterns are a great way to use up the yarn that's in your stash, and once you start crocheting, you're going to have a big stash of yarn. So we just finished the last half double crochet, and we're going to join in the top chain from the first stitch. And now we are going to do the thumb opening, and so we're on round 9, and what we're going to do is chain 3 and turn. And whether or not you turn before you do the chain or after, it's really your choice. It doesn't really make a difference. I have made this fingerless glove turning. I've made it without turning. So it's pretty easy. You know, if you forget to turn and you've already chained, you don't have to rip out those chains, just turn it around. And so this is the left hand. And very honestly, when I have made this pattern, I have not differentiated between the left and the right. I've actually just followed the pattern, and the glove looks the same on both sides. So this is the left one, and we did the chain 3, and we are going to double crochet in the next 18 stitches. And so here it is really important to count your stitches. So if you're doing this with me, we're on the 3rd double crochet. Okay, so here's the 18th double crochet. If you were counting with me, you know this is the 18th. And now all we're going to do, and this is just so easy, is we are going to skip the next 3 stitches. That's all we're going to do. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and that chain spaces out these 3 stitches. So when you're looking at it, you can see, it's sort of hard to get in here, we're going to skip this stitch, and this stitch. And now we're going to go in and we're going to double crochet in the 4th stitch. So we've chained 3 and we've skipped 3, and we're going to double crochet. And voila, you have made your thumb opening. How easy is that? So we are going to finish with our stitches here. We have 4 stitches left to go. So let's get those 4 done. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And that's all I'm going to show you for this because we have that thumb opening. Now actually, let me just do one more round for you because what we're going to do is we're going to go around one more time and we are going to put half double crochets. We're going to put 3 half double crochets here. So as you can see, excuse me, these are the 3 chains and you can see there's 3 half double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3. So let me just go around one more time and so you can see how that works. We are supposed to be half double crocheting. So let me just do my slip stitch and turn. And we are going to half double crochet here. And you notice that we turned, and so we only have a few stitches before we get to the thumb. And here we are, we're at the thumb, and we're just going to half double crochet 3 times in here. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll just continue with our half double crochet to the end of the round. And our next stitch is the picot stitch.